Do not quit. Are you tired of feeling like all your efforts are wasted? Are you growing more and more frustrated with the lack of results? And do you feel like everyone else seems to be succeeding, but for you there's this invisible barrier? I completely get you. There is nothing more disheartening, and let's be honest, heartbreaking and soul destroying when you feel like you are working your butt off and the big successes are nowhere to be seen, especially while you are constantly observing others who seem to just hit the jackpot within the space of a month with one social media post. And for you, it's crickets. I get it. It is so easy to start comparing your journey to others, thinking that you are just not cut out for this, that you are failing, or that it just wasn't meant for you. You are not alone. Those feelings are a common companion for many people trying to make it. But before you even think about giving up, please watch this video, because I'll be helping you shift that crushing self-doubt and turning it into confidence and motivation. I'll be sharing with you my top 6 key mindset shifts that will reignite that passion and remind you why you started in the first place. Because the key here is to turn that frustration into your fuel. So the number one thing I wanted to make you aware of is something that I like to call the success story fallacy. And this is the bias where overnight success stories always dominate the conversation, making it seem like rapid, effortless success is the norm. The reality, these stories are the exception, not the rule. Yes, someone might blow up on TikTok with one single post or monetize their YouTube channel in a space of a month, but these stories are rare, just like lottery wins. The majority of success is built through slow, steady progress, which isn't flashy enough to grab attention and post on social media. Most successes come from consistent efforts, not instant results. The problem is that we don't hear enough about the hard work, the slow progress, the setbacks that often happen behind the scenes. But that doesn't mean that they don't exist. For majority, making it in any field requires a lot of effort, a lot of self-doubt, and a lot of setbacks along the way. So if you are one of those people not seeing the results that you want just yet, please be mindful of the fact that you are probably already right on track. You are exactly where the majority of successful people once were. So, my key takeaway for this is don't compare your hard work to someone else's rare, lucky break. Because real success takes time, and that's okay. So, the next thing I wanted to mention is that only 1% succeed because only 1% keep trying. I've probably seen a multitude of similar graphs, but here it is. This is what most people think success looks like. Steady, consistent growth that is always proportional to the effort that you put in. But in reality, it looks a lot more like this. It's a roller coaster ride filled with ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and whatnot. This is also where most people are likely to give up. They see little growth and they automatically think that it means failure. But if they had kept going and working towards that goal, this is what the rest of the journey might have looked like. The 1% are not the lucky ones. They are the ones who have kept going despite the odds. They kept persevering even if the results they wanted were not there. They had that determination and unbelievable amount of willpower and trust. Their key ingredient was resilience. The ability to mind over matter, the uncomfortableness of not seeing the results they wanted, and just keep pushing on. So the question for you is, are you going to give up like 99% of the people would? Or are you the one to beat the odds and just keep going? So the next tip that I have for you that will completely shift how you think about metrics is to start measuring your progress in percentage increases. When you're starting out, it's very easy to get fixated on the big milestones, like 100 subscribers for monetization on YouTube, 100,000 followers on social media, or hitting 10 sales. But when you're sitting at just 10 subscribers, 100 followers, or 1 sale, those goals can feel impossibly far away, making it really hard to stay motivated. And I used to feel this way too. Each new subscriber on YouTube felt like a reminder of how much further I had to go. And instead of celebrating it, I felt frustrated. But there were 2 mindset shifts that completely changed my perspective. First, I started viewing progress as percentage increases. So instead of thinking I went from 10 to 20 subscribers, I reframed it as I just doubled my subscriber count. That's 100% increase. And this shift made every small step feel more meaningful and motivating because I knew that progress compounds. The next 100% increase will take me from 20 to 40, then to 80 and 160 subscribers and beyond. Measuring growth this way keeps you focused on how far you've come and not just how far you still need to go. And secondly, I began appreciating the impact behind the numbers. One sale means one person that believed in your product. 10 subscribers means 10 people that connected with your content. And 20 new followers means you've influenced 20 lives in some way. And that's powerful. So don't let the arbitrary metrics or external validation distract you from the real value of your work. So my key takeaway here is to track progress in percentages and remember that every number represents a real person who believed in you. So the next mindset shift ties into the previous ones quite nicely, and that's to get off the comparison wheel. Comparison is the fastest way to drain your motivation and joy. It is so easy to look at others and feel like they're miles ahead of you, with more followers, better results, better wins. But here's the truth. Their journey isn't your journey. When you compare, you're only seeing someone else's highlight reel, their successes without the struggles behind them. Meanwhile, you're living every messy detail of your own progress. It's not a fair comparison, and it only creates unnecessary pressure. What has helped me is to really start focusing on my own progress instead. I started asking myself, am I doing better than I was yesterday, than last week, or last month? Because I know that those small, consistent improvements matter far more than how someone else is doing. Another tip is to take breaks from social media if it triggers comparison. Instead, spend that time working on your own goals. Because the more energy you put into your own journey, the less you'll care about what everyone else is doing. So the key takeaway, success isn't a race, and comparing yourself to others will only slow you down. Focus on your own growth and celebrate the progress you're making. So this next tip is designed to help you fill yourself with motivation and that feeling of passion and purpose you felt when you were just starting. And that's to remember why you started in the first. We all have our own story behind what we are doing and why we are doing it. Tune back in with yours. There is a very good reason why you wanted to pursue what you're currently working on. Yes, no one could have prepared you for how hard it was going to be, but the goal is still very much alive and very much real. Remind yourself of why you started, your own personal reasons, your own professional reasons, and the impact that you were hoping to create in the lives that you were trying to improve and change. Think of the difference that you have the power to make for others, for those close to you, and even for yourself. To do something that truly fuels your soul and gives you that sense of purpose. Whatever it is, whatever your personal reasons are, bring those goals back into focus and keep them within your direct sight. Think of the life that you will be settling for if you decide to quit now. And think of the life that you could have if you just keep going. Because which side of the equation would you rather be on? Isn't the possibility of getting everything you've ever wanted worth the effort to keep trying? So my key takeaway here is that the possibility of achieving everything you want is worth the struggle. Keep your reasons for starting in mind and stay focused on that goal. So the very last thing I wanted to leave you with today is to always remember that slow progress is not failure. As already mentioned, it's so easy and completely normal to get really frustrated when progress isn't happening as fast as you want, especially when you're seeing others who are seemingly moving ahead very, very quickly. But slow progress isn't a sign of failure. Reality is that the most meaningful achievements take time. When you're moving slowly, it can feel like you're not getting anywhere. But those small actions taken consistently are still leading you forward. In fact, it's the gradual progress that often sets the strongest foundation for lasting success. And that's because slow progress gives you time. It gives you time to learn, to refine, and to adjust your approach. And it's these adjustments that make your success more sustainable. Fast success doesn't allow for the same level of growth, resilience, and learning along the way. So, my key takeaway here is to think of slow progress not as a setback, but rather a stepping stone. So, I hope these mindset shifts help you push through the tough moments and keep moving forward. Remember, slow progress doesn't mean failure, and persistence is your secret weapon. Stay focused and just keep going, because you might be closer than you think. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in one of my next videos.